It's a blue star, look. It's very luminous. The whole sky is very luminous tonight.
A 7-hour drive from Bogotá lies the Tatacoa Desert, named the Valley of Sorrows by the Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century. It is the second largest desert in Colombia, a tropical dry forest covering a total surface area of 330 square kilometers. These red and ochre-colored ridges are the product of thousands of years of erosion. Alberto was born in Tatacoa. He is a guide and a livestock farmer.
I grew up surrounded by this landscape, and yet it still fascinates me, even though I now know its secrets.
The
landscape has been sculpted by nature, by the wind, the sun, and the water. It is the iron ore which gives it this pretty red color. The white lines come from layers of salty seawater embedded in the clay.
This geological formation dates from the middle of the Miocene epoch, about 15 million years ago. The rocks were formed from limestone deposits and a buildup of sediments that is much older still.
As a child, I played here. I remember playing titicaca, la lleva, and hide and seek. We played with the animals, with the goats, lambs, and donkeys, and we went horse riding. We loved playing here, because there are lots of hiding places and you can have races. We held competitions with our friends to see who could climb the cliffs the fastest or get out of the maze the quickest. Those were the games we played as children.
In these canyons, the temperature can rise to 50 degrees. The animals and plants are perfectly adapted to these conditions. Tortoises, rodents, snakes, and birds of prey all share this space.
There are two legends to explain the origin of the name Tatakoa. One claims it was named after a big snake that lived in these parts. The snake was about 2.5 meters long. It was black and very thick. That snake lived in the desert during the rainy season. It was the snake that we now know as the rattlesnake. But once upon a time, it was the namesake of the Tatacoa Desert. The other story is that Tatacoa was a beautiful woman with blue eyes, like many of the women in this region. Here it is said that women with blue eyes are full of character and strong. This woman, Tatacoa, didn't want a man in her life. If a man tried to seduce her, she would find a way to kill him. We joke that all the women here are like Tatacoa. When they're not happy, they might kill us. They have strong characters, and they find ways of punishing their husbands through their food or while they sleep. That's one of the legends of Tatacoa. The landscape has undergone numerous changes. despite the lack of rainfall. Erosion is one of the main factors affecting the environment, leading to desertification, drought, and reduced vegetation. In the summer, with a shortage of rainfall, the wells are getting deeper and deeper. Climate change affects us all as well. Day by day, we are seeing the desert change. The red of this desert inspires a real respect in me for the past. It makes me feel happy and also deeply respectful of these lands. Everyone I bring to the desert with me is impressed to see such a unique place. It's so different to the rest of Colombia. I find showing visitors round very worthwhile. I get excited because the people I'm showing round are pleasantly surprised by the landscape. That makes me happy and also proud to live here.
On his farm, Carlos rears goats and makes cheeses, yogurts, and panela.
This is the pen for the goats and the ewes. I'm going to milk them and feed the youngsters. Then I'll let them out so that they can graze in the fields. Come on. Come on. Come here, my lovely. This is how I feed the young. Sometimes the mothers don't produce enough milk to feed their offspring. So we take milk from another goat to feed them.
Nos criaron fue con esta leche.
We were brought up on this milk. After breast milk, goat's milk is said to be the most nourishing milk there is. It contains lots of nutrients and vitamins. You can see that whenever a new kid is born. They just need to feed for a short while, and then they stand up and start walking and jumping straight away. This desert reminds me of my grandmother, who lived in this region for 100 years. My grandmother's skin had a very similar texture to the clay here, with a red ochre color.
Entonces, así un color rojizo también.
The indigenous people called this landscape Yaraka. For them, it was sacred, because at night they could see entire constellations.
Being close to the equator, Tatakoa offers the ideal atmospheric conditions for stargazing.
Yeah, the sky's exceptional tonight.
On evenings when the sky is clear, Carlos meets up with his astronomer friend, Harvey.
I've got my telescope trained on Vega. That's the second brightest star in the northern hemisphere. It belongs to the constellation known as Lyre. It's a blue star, look. It's very luminous. The whole sky is very luminous tonight.
It's a privilege to see it through a telescope. I'm so proud to be able to see the sky like this.